In this video, I want to cover the provisions under the Build Back Better Act as it has been passed by the House. It's currently under consideration in the Senate. I don't think there'll be major changes to it, so again, I want to get the news out there before Christmas and look at what the main provisions are. In that, remember, this is the Build Back Better Act. This is a social policy and climate change bill. So let's first look at the climate change. In the climate change, they're looking at reducing the carbon emission in half. But how are they going to do that? That's going to be through mainly tax credits. That's going to be through solar panels, wind, help to buy the electric car at a cheaper price. I'm seeing some numbers thrown around that it would help to save like $10,000 to $12,000 on a vehicle. Now, the social policy side, there's about 5 provisions that are real critical in there. The first one is universal PreK money. It's going to be a cost of about $400 billion, but it's to help those 4 and 5-year-olds be able to go to preschool or to some kind of child care program of their choice. So again, they'd be able to go to public school or private school as long as they meet certain standards. And with this, it would impact people under 300,000, so it would impact most everybody. And the real theme is to make sure that child care under 6 years old should not cost a family more than 7% of their income. So that's a good one. The next one is the child tax credit. We currently, earlier this year, passed legislation where we had the advanced child tax credit, which is benefiting somewhere in the 38 million taxpayers. And that was only funded for 1 year. So what this bill does, it funds that program for 1 more year and at a cost of about $200 billion. So in January, if this bill does not pass, the advanced child tax credit will not happen. But what the legislation typically does, if the Build Back Better Act does not pass till January or February of 2022, they will typically retro it back and catch up those advance payments. So this is, I don't believe it's a life or death. We need good legislation versus we got to get something done today. So I think that we will, if this legislation ends up passing, you will see the advanced child tax credit back. You'll see the same $3,000, $3,600. You're going to see the same $250 advanced child tax credit. Also for those that are not under 6, and you'll see the $300 payment for those under the age of 6. The next area I want to talk about is kind of new to the legislation, and that is a 4-week paid leave for a program for a paid leave. And also I want to note, this is a paid leave, but this is for employees and self-employed. So this would be a credit to back to the employer or the self-employed for, again, a 4-week paid family and medical leave for caregiving of personal illnesses, etc. So I think if this passes, we'll have a whole presentation on this. Just trying to get out. And the cost of this is about $200 billion. The next area is to subsidize healthcare spending. And this is really to put more money into what we call the Affordable Care Act, which passed about 11 years ago. And in it, it's to help reduce the cost of insurance premiums for those making under $80,000. And I've seen projections on this. This could help reduce the premium through the marketplace of anywhere from, I've seen numbers of $100, $200, $250. So again, another area of the provisions of Build Back Better. The next thing, I think is also kind of idea that's been thrown around, but I think very important, and that's home health care. Instead of everybody needing to go into a nursing home and it's got to be qualified health and all that, what this would do, it would allow an expansion of home health care where that seniors could stay in their home and actually be able to get a benefit. The cost of this program is about, let me look here, it's $150 billion. So those are kind of the top provisions, and so as you can see, I think I did one on the as far as climate change, the solar, wind, and then we had 5 that's really impacting the family and home. So with that, I hope this kind of helps the major provisions of the Build Back Better Act, again, passed by the House. It's over in the Senate, and it may not be passed in December, but it's most likely could be January at the earliest. I want to thank you for listening. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time on another video.